Well, welcome, everybody. This is Patrick Durkin from the Wellness Enterprise, and I am really excited to introduce our co-hosts and guests with us today. We have Nico Martens, who recently joined the Wellness Enterprise and is instrumental in making the connection to the Cosmic Tower in Europe. And then our esteemed guest, Harald Thiers, who is a mechanical engineer and a gentleman who, like Nico and I, went through a health journey that wasn't going very well. And we all discovered water, and we all found a journey back to vibrant health. And I think that's certainly all the background you need to know about me. And Nico, just say hi to everybody, and then let's jump into asking questions with Harald.
Hi everybody, and thank you for your interest in this beautiful project, and we're excited what the future is going to hold. So thank you.
Awesome. So Harald, we're delighted for the pain and suffering that you had early in this lifetime, that it caused such a desire in you that you wanted to learn something that would matter so much to the rest of us, because you were just so determined to recover your health. So tell us about your health journey. What happened to you, and what did you discover about water and radiation along the way back?
Yeah. First, to all of you, happy afternoon or happy evening in German time here. Yeah, nice to see you, to speak to you. Yeah, my health journey started actually in the middle of the 90s. That means also almost 30 years ago, because I was working. Didn't have breaks. I didn't take care of my health. I was young and full of energy and everything was fine. So until my energy went more and more down, I studied then MBA and this kind of thing. I was a technical director, a lot of responsibilities. And I was 2 years in Dubai and Abu Dhabi abroad. My younger son was born in Dubai. So that means I had a very challenging life, with great responsibilities, of course, great opportunities to see the world, to get into different cultures and earn money and build own house. I didn't need a company to build it. I made it myself with a friend of mine. Together we built the whole house. And in the end, my energy was down. I had a burnout. I had many allergies. I had 112 blockages in my body. And the whole system, energy system of the body didn't work at all anymore. Chaotic regulation, no regulation. I had irregularities with the heartbeat. I had many allergies and a lot of problems I don't even remember, but I felt very low in energy. My immune system was at 15%. That means when I detoxified all my amalgam from the teeth, it was terrible. My side kidneys went down to a level of almost zero. And adrenaline production was gone and whatever. I was really more dead than alive. And that time I started to deal with alternative medicine. I heard of a man called Dr. Rath in Europe, a German doctor who published whatever information. He said all the pharmaceutical business and doctors are just the business to earn money and not to make people healthy. Just to keep people between health and death. That they are the best patients, and the pharmaceutical industry has the best cash cow. And the pharmaceutical industry earns more money than the military industry in the world, and so on. So, and he opened to me a lot of information, and he opened me the eyes for the whole real thing. And then I went deeper and deeper and deeper, and I studied Heilpraktiker in Germany. But soon I understood for them it's forbidden to heal cancer. And I said, what kind of strange thing is this one? And then I said, no, I don't like this official school medicine approaches. And I started studying everything by my own, step by step by step. And because my energy was so down, I had so many to answer so many fundamental questions for myself. And my main question was always, where do we get our electricity from? When we are dying, the only thing 1 second before and 1 second after death is electricity is gone. Electrons are gone. So the soul is still there, the biochemistry in the body is the same vitamins, minerals, protein, everything is the same. Only the electrons, the electricity is gone. You have no heart electricity, no brain electricity when people are dead. And then I asked myself, where is this electricity coming from? Why is no doctor answering this question? Nobody is interested in this electricity. Does it last for 5 minutes or 10 years or 200 years? We don't get any information. Nobody. And then I understood the main questions are not answered in school medicine. So, and then the next question for me was, why is the electricity gone? When we have a life from the beginning full of power, and why does it get reduced? And step by step, I understood all these situations, why living tissue can live forever. As long as it gets enough food, living cells need food, and as long as toxic particles from the biochemistry processes are getting removed, plus electrons for high cell membrane voltage, that the red blood cells stay separate and don't build these clutches like thrombosis and so on. So why does it go down? It goes down, the electricity goes down because electricity is destroyed by radiation, by bad food, chemistry in the food, fertilizer, not fertilizer, but pesticides, herbicides, all this kind of things, or also artificial fertilizers, and so on. That's the whole spectrum of minerals is depleting, and so on. Therefore, we have less and less electricity. And where does the electricity come from? It comes from water. There's a famous professor in America, Professor Harald Thiers, and he wrote a book, The Fourth Phase of Water. Normally we know water as a liquid, as solid, as like ice and gaseous condition, but he said no, there is a fourth phase of water. He called it exclusion zone water. I call it plasma water. And this plasma water we have in our body, blood plasma, and everything. And Professor Pollack proved due to hexagonal water structures, we get 1 free electron from each hexagon. When you have like a carpet built of hexagons from water, each hexagon delivers you 1 free electron. You can see in his book, English title, The Fourth Phase of Water, Professor Harald Thiers. So there comes the electricity from, and therefore all the living beings in the universe, plants, animals, and human beings consist of water. That is the reason. If I would have been the creator, I would have built the body maybe made of stainless steel, not water. Water could float away and could vaporize or whatever. I would mechanically engineer new roster and living for 1,000 years and so on. When it falls down, it doesn't break. But we are built of water. Why? Any plant, any animals, and so on, because water produces electricity. And any living being, like plants, like animals, like human beings, have electricity in their body. Therefore, the water quality is important. And blood plasma is hexagonal structured water, delivering electrons. This hexagonal structure comes from the Schumann resonance frequency from the Earth. Therefore, the water gets structured hexagonal, but we get only a hexagonal structure when we have no cluster structure in water, when we have single water molecules. Only out of single water molecules, you create perfect hexagonal structures. But where do we get single water molecules? Nature is producing it by vaporizing water. And our body is also producing single water molecules with high voltage. Yeah, with high voltage, we see it when we have a thunderstorm. The thunderstorm destroys by high voltage. The rain drops into single water molecules. And these single water molecules get into a hexagonal structure from the Schumann resonance frequency from the Earth. And therefore, we have a lot of minus ions after the thunderstorms, the most clean and perfect, healthiest, energetic, full of power air. Yeah, that is the whole thing. And the same high voltage we have in our human body. Yeah, I wrote an article in a German newspaper called, I forgot the name now, actually. There's an article that from a doctor, he proved that we have 50 million electron volt in our body. We produce a level of 50 million electron volt per meter in our body. And this high voltage, obviously, we need to cut down water cluster structures into single water molecules. Then they can pass the cell membrane, can go into the cell. Then they can get hexagonal structured like blood plasma. And when our blood is being circulated, not by a heart, that is never ever a pump, but the heart is the center of a toroidal field, of a torus, of a chakra, and the blood is transported by levitation into the body, up and downwards by gravity, upwards by levitation. Yeah? And when it's transporting without electricity supply, you can take then the electrons at the sinus knot of the heart. You can take out the electrons from the hexagonal water structure, and you have electricity in the body. And from this electricity, we are living. Yeah? Therefore, it's very important, the water quality in our body, and that we have single water molecules. And also, the toroidal field can materialize physical matter. We can even materialize water. Hydrogen, the lightest element of the periodic system, because a chakra is actually also a portal. And a portal is a gate between different dimensions. You can suck in a portal in a chakra. Downstairs, you suck in the subtle energy. In the middle, it's condensed, and it's giving birth to physical matter, but not to gold or whatever, platinum, precious metal. No, first to hydrogen. The lightest element from the point of weight in the periodic system of elements. And the hydrogen combines with oxygen, and ready is water. We can produce water. And our human body, as I understood it now, is a production machine for water and electricity. And as long as this is working perfect, you will have an endless life. You will never die. But the levitation for transporting the blood depends on the frequencies of light. And the frequencies of light we find in the minerals. And therefore we need minerals. And therefore our blood has actually the same mineral content like seawater. What kind of coincidence? You see, sea salt. So instead of the normal salt from the supermarket without all the minerals. So, and when you have all the minerals in the body, the levitation works. Then you get built up overtone octaves and so on. So, but our mineral content in the body is depleting. We don't have it in salt, the minerals, we don't have it in sugar. Agriculture uses all the fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and so on, and they bind all the trace minerals in the ground. And therefore, the plants don't have any more the trace minerals. And therefore, we are lacking more and more and more of minerals. And therefore, our level of minerals goes down from birth. When we have, let's say, this is 100% percentage, down to 20% when we are 60 years old. And therefore the levitation gets less. Therefore the blood doesn't have a powerful stream upwards anymore. The blood is sucking down. Heavy particles in the blood are sucking down. Where do they go? Of course, down to the feet. That is the lowest point there. Blocking the capillars. And when the capillars are blocked there, then the cells at the ends of the capillars don't get any food anymore, and they will die. And then we have poison from a corpse in the body. but the body will die when this doesn't get removed. But when the body can't access this anymore, these areas, because the blood system is closed there, what comes up? These are the bacteria, the fungi, mushrooms, fungi actually, like in nature. When you have a tomato and it has fungi, you put it to your compost, and in spring you have perfect earth. And you don't have to take it to a waste disposal place for whatever dangerous things. No, nature is revitalizing, cutting down all pieces with fungi down to the basic elements again. And then the minerals are left and giving back to nature, the circle of nature. And the same is in our body. And therefore we have fungi at our feet, downstairs, gravity pushes it downstairs. And therefore we have no fungi at the head, at the arm, or upstairs in the body. It's going down. So, and the same when the levitation gets less, some things get sucked down. As the doctor said, when the blood sucks down, that is a weak vein flaps. Arteria and veins, and the veins, the flaps there are weak. And I'm saying, no, sorry, it's a missing levitation. Not the vein flaps. The doctor will recommend to the people this rubber socks covering the whole leg to push it up, something mechanical support. It's totally wrong. They treat the symptom, but never the cause. So when I understood this, I realized we need all the minerals, the whole spectrum of minerals, and I take many, many different kinds of minerals, good minerals. I take zeolite, I take phytominerals from Rocky Mountains from the US, I take green mineral earth from plants, that's mineral powder actually, and I take also from the United States Remark, that is picometer magnesium entering the cell. Normally other types of magnesium never can enter the cell. And the cell needs 10,000 times more magnesium than calcium. But when we are lacking magnesium, and 90% of the people, 99% of the people are lacking magnesium, then your energy production, adenosine triphosphate in your cell doesn't work, because magnesium is totally depleted. And I get from the United States the perfect magnesium, Remark, it's called Remark, picometer magnesium, that can bypass the cell membrane voltage. As the cell membrane can go into the cell, and you can remove immediately this deficiency of magnesium. And this kind, all of the things together, I raised my level of minerals in the body. Then I was looking, where do we get more electrons? We need good water, structured water, actually hexagonal water. We can get this from healing wells in Germany. There are many healing wells, but the healing well has not the whole spectrum of life. It has only one overtone octave, one frequency, one type of levitation support. But our body consists of many different cells and needs actually the whole spectrum of light frequency. And therefore, I was looking, where can I get a whole spectrum of frequencies of light? And with my son, we started in 2006 to build the first devices. My son could see energy. He was connected to the higher dimension. He could ask questions there, get the answers. I had some technical proposals, because I had a lot of background knowledge. And my son said, "Daddy, let me ask upstairs. Yes, that might work, but we have to change this and this a little bit, and then it would work." And this step by step, we started to develop our devices, in 2006. And in the end, in 2009, we were able to delete radioactivity with these devices. We built up toroidal fields like a chakra. Normally, you can't put your own body chakra out of the body next to you and give it to someone else for healing purposes. But we built something like this. We produce boxes that produce a chakra, a toroidal field with frequency, with a very huge amount of frequencies of light from many healing wells, combined healing wells together. Like a small sun we put into the flat. So that was the answer. So, and of course, I concentrated also on food, because food destroys or takes away energy. When we have bad food, supermarket food normally is bad. Also, raw food is a key actually when we eat raw food, but it must be freshly harvested. Only then you have the electrons, the plasma condition of the water. After 6, 7, 8 hours, it's gone because the harvested food is exposed to radiation. And what does radiation do to water, especially microwave, or alternative currency, or 5G? It is switching the water molecules, these are dipoles, switching back and forth. But when they are in a stable hexagonal structure and switch back and forth with ultimate power and ultimate high frequency, it destroys hexagonal structure. And therefore, it destroys our electrons. It destroys directly our life energy. And therefore, you can do whatever you want for health, vitamins, minerals, whatever, good meditation, and raising your energy level. They can kill you with electricity 100,000 times more. Also, people 100 years ago, people, when they didn't have any electricity, people got only cancer when they were sleeping on a spot where there were underground water lines with negative energy or a cross of negative energy lines. Only then they developed cancer. When they sold the house and went somewhere else and the new owner went in, he got the same spot, the same bed, the same cancer problem. That means the energy from the underground could also influence the energy system of the body system, destroy electrons, destroy life energy. So, and how could you recover electrons? With vitamins, with antioxidants. Therefore, I started taking a lot of vitamins. I was working in all areas. That means the water production should go up, the levitation should work by huge amounts of minerals. Then I gave the body the support, antioxidants. They are delivering electrons, antioxidants, all the vitamins. I filled up all my vitamin level. The strongest antioxidants is glutathione. I read a very interesting book I got from Canada, and it's a powder also you get in the US. In Canada, it's called HMS 90, HMS/90. It is a protein powder. And when I got this, I read the book Glutathione in English, from Dr. Jimmy Goodman. And he explained everything, that all the vitamins are recycled when they are consumed, used. When the electrons are gone, they can be recycled by glutathione. Glutathione has the highest potential of electrons. And glutathione is built from protein. And therefore, a baby that is born without an immune system gets milk from the mother. It is raw milk, not pasteurized, not homogenized, and so on, not changed, raw milk. And there we have glycine, glutaminsäure, and cysteine, and these three amino acids build up glutathione. And this way, the baby builds up its immune system. And we need this protein, especially the three, but also we need arginine for the blood vessel, prolyleucine, the whole spectrum of amino acids. But when you buy in a supermarket any milk products, normally those things are pasteurized. It is heated. In Germany between 60 and 100 degrees. 100 degrees is the temperature where water is boiling. So, but consider an egg, when you eat an egg, or when you take an egg and you boil it, could you get a living chicken out of it? Never ever. Boiling and heat destroys all living tissue. It's the same when we have a fiber thermometer. Earlier it was inside with mercury. In Germany, the fiber thermometer had a maximum temperature of 42 degrees centigrade. Because you couldn't have fever with 45. You would be already dead. Therefore, the limit was 42. And everything you heat beyond 42 degrees centigrade, like pasteurization, kills all living tissue, all enzymes, all amino acids, proteins, it's dead. And out of dead food, you never can build up a living body. Yeah, and therefore, I bought this perfect amino acids earlier from Canada, nowadays from Germany. Yeah, it's a company, Wireless, they produce it much better, cheaper, with delicious taste. Yeah, and also as a network, you can do marketing all over the world. It's amazing. Yeah. So when I build up my immune system, my glutathione level, you can get cancer, heart attack, and stroke only when your glutathione is depleted. Could you imagine? And in civilized countries, 95% of the people die from these diseases. And you can handle it, just build up your glutathione level. Yeah, because it delivers amazing amounts of electrons and can recycle consumed vitamins when you have not enough vitamin C, vitamin E, coenzyme Q10, or this fatty acid, one special fatty acid. No, that can be recycled, everything using glutathione. So that was my way. That means I was looking for something that could prevent any harm to my body water, yeah, that will protect me from any negative energy. That were the devices of my son, yeah, that we built 16 years ago. Yeah, therefore, we were, they fought against us, authorities. They took away my right as a parent. We disappeared for 5 years, Germany. We went underground 5 years. I gave up whatever I belong, my house, my whatever, just my backpack, my son, that's it, a little bit money, and we disappeared 5 years. So in order, I tried to help my son and also to save our project, because I knew we have something in the hand that is so amazing, so important for mankind, that you can help people get protection from all of these negative energies. Whatever negative energy, WLAN, Bluetooth, underground water lines, all these underground things from the ground, geopathic problems. You don't need anyone expert for this one. We got rid of whatever problem with electricity, with microwave, with scalar wave, with 5G, even higher 10G or whatever will come up. We can handle it with a powerful toroidal field. And this toroidal field radiates the frequencies of light. And now we were able to increase the frequencies of light, not only to the level of from a few healing wells that have separate frequencies, but we were able, or we considered, we need more. Actually, we need the complete spectrum for all of our human cells, for everything, for all the organs, whatever we need. Maybe the Earth has not all, when we are even from extraterrestrial origin. We don't know. Maybe we need some whatever other minerals. Maybe we are lacking special minerals, and therefore we are so limited with our access to higher dimensions. We just see the third dimension, not the other things. Certain minerals are obviously missing here on Earth, and therefore we're thinking, maybe the sun has more. But I knew the sun was conquered by the negative beings. Therefore, I said, no, it's also manipulations there. Let's go one level higher. And now we have the spectrum of the galaxy as the spectrum of light in the cosmic towers.
Harold, before we go to the galaxy, you're doing an amazing job. And the first thing I want to do for everybody, just to acknowledge my comfort level in this story. When I find a real inventor, like, people want me to sell their products all the time, and some of them don't know how they made them. And what I love about your story is you lived it. You lived it day by day by day. It started from pain and a desire for a better life. And so let's recap for a little bit here and get the key concepts straightened out for people. So what I'm hearing.
One sentence, last sentence, Patrick. I am now much more healthy than 30 years ago. All my allergies are gone. My energies is up. My burnout is gone. I have since 15 years now healthcare, insurance, nothing. I take care of my own health. I know how it's working. and I'm practicing it. And I give this knowledge to all the other people, and they have amazing results, the people. I know how to cure cancer and so on. It's a very simple thing. Cancer you get only when your cell membrane voltage goes down to 20 millivolt instead of more than 70 millivolt. It's just a lack of electrons. Yeah, and then the body cannot detoxify. Glutathione depletes, and glutathione does also detoxification. Yeah, that's the whole thing, and it's very simple. Yeah, that's the whole answer. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes hearing it from a second voice, like in a conversation, really helps people. So, what I'm hearing is it's really simple, guys. It's when we have more negative electrons in our body, we're healthy. It's
Sure.
plain and simple. And so, let's go back to just one more bit of focus on what causes a lack of electrons in the body.
Yeah.
So there was stress. There was
Stress, let's explain, causes adrenaline, produces adrenaline, and adrenaline consumes one molecule, adrenaline consumes one molecule vitamin C. And vitamin C is a donator for electrons, antioxidants.
plain and simple. This is why Harald's such a great compliment to the Wellness Enterprise, because he's actually an engineer and he gets at the science of things and
I'm
explains.
logically thinking, and everything came together.
I'm really thankful for understanding that. So, okay, so the stress was doing it, and your diet was doing it.
Yeah, because you have not a lot of raw food. When you switch on the television to prepare delicious food, cooking, heating, destroying, killing, destroying, cooking, and so on, you have never ever on earth a television program, most delicious raw foods from morning to night, how to prepare. Never ever. Why? You see? And there's an American lady, very interesting. I had a video of her, and we went, when she went with her husband walking outside, the people told her, to the husband, "Oh, you have a very nice, beautiful granddaughter." And he said, no, it's my wife. Yeah. She was looking like 30 years, whatever, beautiful, most beautiful woman, but she was 84. What did she do? She drank each day freshly pressed and freshly harvested green food. That's it. Electrons pure and magnesium chlorophyll. And why is the whole nature green? Chlorophyll. And out of magnesium, the body can produce. Yeah, we have to understand physical matter is just energy. And energy, you can form one element into another one, putting electrons on top of it or taking it away. Periodic system of elements. It's just the difference in the number of electrons. Yeah, and therefore, you have a book, Biological Transmutation, by an English book, also an American, Dr. Caverin, and he wrote it, and you can see there how the body can switch from magnesium to calcium to natrium and kalium, potassium and sodium, magnesium and calcium. Yes, it can be interchanged using OH, hydroxyl ion, or H+, putting on top of it or taking it away. So, and you can, when you have electrons, you can produce any element, any physical element, because it's only energy. Any matter is energy. And you give more electrons, and electrons are toroidal fields, actually. Small toroidal fields. Yeah, when you give more and more, you get a different element. That's simple, even this one.
I'm so glad you're explaining this, because I've known for decades and heard a lot of speakers say everything is energy, but understanding that and translating that into beliefs and behaviors has been challenging. So we got the stress and the diet, and then let's talk about what other types of radiation or
the radiation kills everything. Radiation moves water molecules back and forth. And when you have a hexagonal structure, you need to keep it stable and not that the water molecules in the structure are moving back and forth. This will destroy the hydrogen bridges in the hexagonal water structure. And when the bridges are gone, the hexagonal structure is gone, and you don't get any electrons. Yeah, and there are very famous studies, Oxford study. They took, as far as I remember, 8,000 cats, yeah, gave them whatever food they could drink and eat, whatever quantities they wanted. They got fat and more fat and more fat. After 6 weeks, all were dead. Why? Because the food and the water was put for just few seconds into a microwave, killing all electrons. The same thing they did with young cows. Baby cows, they got the milk from the mother cows. However, put it for a few seconds into a microwave. After half year, all cows were dead. Microwave is a killer. And 5G works with frequencies beyond 30 gigahertz. And the level of 30 gigahertz is a level where the military declares this level as military weapon. And why is it a weapon? Because this is the frequency level, 30 gigahertz, up to 163 gigahertz, where our cells in the body communicate with each other. Yeah, and when you interfere into the inner cell communication, you can switch on organs, you can create pain, you can create diseases from outside with 5G. And when you have the DNA of a person, and the 5G, you can direct the 5G damage to a single person in between of 1,000 persons. And when everyone did his PCR test now, delivering his DNA code to the authorities, you could imagine what they could do with it. Yeah, the possibilities are amazing. And that's also interesting that the Cosmic Tower could protect from when most people have microchips in the body due to PCR test, due to vaccination or whatever, or even when the chemtrails contain some microchips, very small, you can't see them with the naked eye. So, and when they are in the body, maybe you have hundreds of them in the body, and you go to a highway and you have whatever, such a scanner looking for microchips. They see, oh, the number plate we know, oh, there's one person only sitting in, oh, there are this 10,000 or this 100 microchips that we saw already when he was in the supermarket. Then they are sure, oh, we can combine the number of microchip and those microchips with the identity of the person. Yeah, even when they don't give you a registered vaccination. It's so... we don't have any imagination how far beyond technology is nowadays. But the Cosmic Tower could protect the body from outside access to this microchip in the body. We had this result when we had vaccinated people. They have a microchip, the IP address in the body. And when they came in the room, suddenly the quantities of IP addresses in the room dropped tremendously. We were looking why, and of course it was a microchip in the body of the people, as long as they were sitting in the energy field of the Cosmic Tower. That was a temporary effect, but when they have a Cosmic Tower like a mini with them all the time, they are permanently protected. They can't be accessed through their microchip from outside. That someone sends pain, diseases, whatever problems.
Great. Well, let's get deeper into the Cosmic Tower in a minute. So we're just going to wrap up this section, right? It's all these bombardments of our modern lifestyle that are causing, is it a positive electron? Is that the right word for the things that harm us? Like I know a negative electron is the one we want, right?
As a negative charge, but positive for us.
Okay, so positive charge. So it's the charge that we're getting from all these aspects of our lifestyle and these technologies that get spread upon us and that get radiated through us that we don't even necessarily give our permission for. That's all draining our battery, and you got your battery drained at a young age. And so as a mechanical engineer and scientist, you went on to figure that out. You discovered that the more negative electrons that I can get into my body, the more charge I have, the more life I have, the more I restore myself. Yes?
You see, I give you a secret. I'm in Bosnia and Herzegovina. There is the greatest pyramid on earth here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. They know it is at least 220 meters high, but obviously underground it continues to a height of more than 300 meters. So, and The 220 meter is much higher than the Cheops pyramid in Egypt. This is 167 meter. Yeah. So, and when you go into the tunnel system in this Bosnian pyramid, Sun pyramid, you have up to 120,000 electrons per cubic centimeter. 120,000. In your house, you have maybe 100 at home. Yeah. In the forest, 900.
100 compared to 120,000.
Electrons per cubic centimeter. Yeah. You have in Bosnian pyramid up to 120,000 per cubic centimeter. Normally in a house, 100, maximum 200 pieces. Yeah. In the forest, 900 pieces. Open sea air has a lot of electrons, yeah, due to the movement, the waves. You have there 3,000 electrons per cubic centimeter. Waterfall, 10,000. Yeah, the higher the waterfall, the more. But Bosnian pyramid, 120,000. And I'm now here for 1 week, just breathing this air. Cosmic Tower is not able to produce 120,000. Yeah. So therefore, it gives me a push, yeah, for the next maybe 10 years to stay healthy. Yeah. The older you are, of course, the aging process, everybody has. Otherwise, we would be unlimited. Yeah. We did too many things wrong in the past. Too many poison in the body, not enough detoxification, and so on. But you can support it. Yeah, that's very helpful when someone has cancer, lung cancer, lung system. I would send them immediately here to the Bosnian pyramid. Sit in the tunnel system there for 3 weeks, and obviously you can get rid huge parts of your cancer. Yeah, when the cell membrane voltage is down to minus 20 millivolt. And we need it up to minus 70 millivolt. Could you imagine how much it would help when you breathe in air with 120,000 electrons per cubic centimeter, and you sit there 10 hours a day, yeah, and you do it 2 or 3 weeks, your health would change immediately, tremendously. Yeah, it's very simple. Electrons are the key. It's our life energy, and we can breathe it.
So we're going to be carrying 4 different types of cosmic towers in the United States, and one of them is referred to as the 75 centimeter one, and that's the largest one for personal use. Do you have a comparison between the amount of negative electrons that produces compared to any of the things you've referenced?
Yeah, we didn't measure all the electrons amounts, all the minus ions amounts. We measured the 1.8 meter tower, 1.8 meter, so much less. The 2.2 meter tower we are discussing, actually, we discussed before, is maybe 8 times stronger than the 1.8 meter tower. And we measured there up to 2,000 minus ion per cubic centimeter. You can measure really the minus ions. There's a good company in Japan. They are selling minus ion measuring instruments. Yeah, and then you can really directly measure the electrons. Then you see the amounts, the efficiency of the tower. You see your previous condition, afterwards condition, and so on. And also, you can measure the change of your body. And I was very closely working with Professor Korotkov in St. Petersburg in Russia. He is the world's leading expert for biophoton cameras. Because the Russians were advanced in the cosmonauts, keeping them healthy, 1.5 years upstairs in the orbit. And they measured everything with the biophoton cameras. And Korotkov is selling them all over the world. Also good prices and so on, huge reputation. So, and with these devices, you could see a situation before Cosmic Tower and later on afterwards. And you will see how the blockages go down, where the chakras are out of the middle, coming back to the middle. You could see the layer of the aura. You could see the holes in the aura. You could see how they go away, and so on. So this might make sense when someone is interested in a Cosmic Tower. Look it up, where you can take a measurement with a biophoton camera, that you have a base measurement. When someone puts a 2.2 meter tower in your neighborhood, obviously you don't get a base measurement anymore because something changed already, because a very powerful energy field is already there. But when you do it in the beginning, and later on, when you buy a Cosmic Tower, you can see the situation. It really changes and it raises up the life energy in the body. Yeah, and
Right.
my regulation came back. All my regulations, the blockages, I have almost no blockages anymore. And therefore, life energy is back. And due to the chakras, we have own toroidal fields in the body. But our energy level is maybe creating just an energy field of maybe 2 meter or 5 meter, or a healer maybe have 50 meter, but not 1,000 kilometer like a big tower. Yeah, with a big tower, we can get the sun into our house. It's like the sun, yeah, complete spectrum of light, and starting from the third dimension up to the highest dimension. Yeah, the big towers up to the ninth dimension, they're working. Highest overtone octaves into the most subtle areas in astral, causal, mental body of our, not only the physical body.
So before we get too far down the road from Dr. Korokov's work, for those who are part of our community, he's the one who created the gas discharge visualization. That's the words we've used for it, GDV cameras. And those are becoming more and more spread around the US. And one of the things, we're getting some questions in the chat and stuff. And one of the things I want to remind everybody is this is a first call for understanding and bringing the cosmic tower to the United States. And it is a beginning of a conversation. So when Harald is referencing different minerals and there are different topics, you know, at the Wellness Enterprise, we're going to publish on all of those. Like, we're going to go and research everyone, we're going to collect the information, and we're going to get it out to you. So thank you guys for your questions, and know that this is the launch, and then there's going to be a lot of information that follows going forward. But I think we're in the point in the conversation where we've really well established the negative electrons and the things that cause damage in our world. Let's take a moment and tell people what the cosmic tower is. Like, literally, what is it? Because we're referring to the benefits of it, but let's talk about what it is. Go ahead and tell us what you've manifested in the world.
Yeah. Now, actually, cosmic tower is a device made of wood. We have water inside, because only with the water you can create a toroidal field and crystals. Nothing more. We have no cable, no whatever, electricity, no charge from outside, and so on. Yeah, we built up with this cosmic tower a toroidal field. Now you have to be able to switch on a chakra. Yeah, you have to be able, and normal people are actually not able to do this, especially when it goes to the highest dimension. We work up to the ninth dimension with the cosmic tower to the most subtle energy levels, because we are human beings, but we don't consist only of a physical body. We should be aware of this, and therefore we need also for our other energy fields, astral body, causal body energy, mental body, and so on. We have blockages. Oh, sorry. We have blockages there. So, and when you have the frequency, these high frequencies, you can delete the blockages in the subtle energy fields. And therefore the diseases wouldn't show up in the physical body later on, when the reason in the subtle body is deleted. This kind of thing. So, and we use not normal water, we use actually water from healing wells. But we were able now to make into this water the complete spectrum of light from the galaxy. A few days ago, we reached a level of 98.4% from the galaxy. Some weeks before, we were at 84%. A few days ago, 98.4%. And within the very shortest time, we will have 100% of the frequencies. So, and this tower radiates this frequency. The toroidal field is just the energy supply. You can consider it like a lamp. When you put a lamp into your room, you have the bulb, the energy supply, the source, and you have the screen around this bulb. When the screen is green, you switch on the light, boom, your whole room gets green. When the screen is red, you switch on the bulb, the room gets red, illuminated. So the same is with the tower. The toroidal field is like the electrical bulb, the energy field, and what you put in the energy fields, these are the frequencies of light, they are radiated. And therefore we can deliver the frequencies to the human body. And normally, when we don't have all the frequency in our body, we get it through the minerals from the food. But the minerals from the food have their own frequencies. But when we are lacking minerals, and when we get the spectrum of light with a full frequency level, with all different frequencies, you can even replace missing minerals. That is amazing. You can keep the levitation upwards. Also, the
hang on. I got too good a point to let you keep going. So, you expressed that you're working toward embodiment of 100% of the frequency of the galaxy in the tower.
Yes.
And so that frequency is carrying the information of the minerals, the homeopathics,
everything that's existing in our galaxy
is all being captured in the water of the cosmic tower. And so when we later get to the topics around being able to receive the same frequency as a homeopathic from the presence of being in the presence of the tower by asking for it, I mean, is that essentially the way it happens?
Yeah, that's the next step, because any cosmic tower has a soul. So each cosmic tower soul is connected with the smaller cosmic towers, less than 2.2 meter. The soul is from the 7th dimension, and everything beyond 2.2, 2.5 or bigger towers, maybe later on, bigger towers, we have a soul from the 9th dimension. And therefore, you could work with this is like a living being. It has a physical body like our human body. So, and maybe let's continue what the cosmic tower is doing. It's producing a very powerful energy field with huge, actually all frequencies of the galaxy, that everything that we would need is available. From the point of frequencies up to higher overtone octaves. Up to the 9th dimension with the big tower. So therefore, we have a very healthy environment, what our body needs. And on the other hand, this toroidal field is more powerful than any technical or natural, negative, harmful energy. That means.
Let me see if I can go with a little synopsis here. Again, I'm learning a lot today.
It's
when the toroidal field is starting to make sense to me, and my world is changing. So this Earth is made up of wood and water and crystals and the things that are in the cosmic tower, and there's light and there's water. And what you've done is you've pulled those into a construction, into a tower that is spinning in that toroidal flow pattern. Yes. Correct me as I go. I'm wanting to get it
right. Patrick, we have to understand, as our human body has a chakra, the Earth has chakras. You see, we have to see how the universe is built. We have a galaxy. It is a flat disk. Look through a telescope. All the galaxies are flat disk and turning. So why is it a flat disk? Because this is a neutral zone of a toroidal field. In the middle of the plate, there is a spiral spinning upwards, getting bigger and bigger in diameter, and then opening, covering like a half ball, the whole flat disk of a galaxy, and going down with a counterclockwise spiral back to the middle. A toroidal field, these are just two counterclockwise moving spirals building a ball, and therefore cells are round, orbs, maybe you have heard of orbs, they are round, planets are round, everything that is materialized gets a round shape. So, and this is the biggest toroidal field. And due to this toroidal field, our solar system is moving on this flat disk. A level lower, we have the solar system, also a toroidal field. And this is powered by the bigger one from the galaxy. The galaxy powers, delivers the energy for the solar system, that the planets are moving around the sun. The Earth has no rocket engine. Why is it moving in a circle around the sun? Where comes the energy from? We have learned this in the 5th class at school. When there is a movement, there must be a force, energy. And this energy comes from the toroidal field. That means the energy is transformed from the galaxy down to the solar system, next level down to the Earth. The Earth has the same toroidal field. Therefore, we have a North Pole and South Pole. And therefore, we have openings at the Earth there. And it's a spiral that is starting in the middle of the Earth. The Earth is a hollow body with the crust many hundred kilometers thick, just the crust, but in the inner Earth, inside our Earth, there is a sun. That is the center point of the main toroidal field of the Earth, the main chakra. And there are sometimes openings from the poles that you can go into inner Earth or from inner Earth to the outside there. There is a book Beyond the Poles. Father with the son went by boat north and north and north, and in the end they went into the inner Earth, and they said, oh, here it's getting warm. We have here animals that were extinguished on Earth and so on. You can read. All the things are known, but of course officially not told to human mankind. Then it would change our whole history, our picture of the world, and so on. The Earth has the same toroidal field. And it's the next level lower in frequency. Because we couldn't live from the frequency when we have just the frequency from the galaxy, the highest vibrations, and not all the 3D vibrations. We need the overtone octave starting from level of Earth. And we have the chakras, and our chakras are toroidal field, and they get a resonance to the toroidal field of the Earth. And due to resonance, we get a lot of life energy. That our chakras produce water, produce physical matter like minerals and so on. And only 20% of the energy that our body has in it, we get from food. And 80% we get from our chakras due to resonance with the chakras of the Earth. And when our chakras are working perfectly, when we have no blockages, maybe then we can get 100% in resonance to the energy field of the Earth. And then we can live without eating and drinking, just living from light. Lichtnahrung. Living of light. It's possible. Very simple. It's the same thing like nature works. We did. How is our chakra built in the body? We have no plastic, we have no metal, just it's made of water. Therefore, we consist of water. But the structure is developed from a human cell. The first cell is also round. And this is a small toroidal field. And more are duplicated, and so on, as the whole human body is grown. And we get the energy there. That is the key. That the toroidal fields are working, and they can materialize whatever we need. Therefore, you can live from light. Very simple. And the cosmic tower delivers this energy field because we produce technically the same thing like Mother Earth produces. A toroidal field, chakra, with much more power than our own energy field. And therefore, it can take us to a higher vibrational level. And when we have many decades bad food, lacking of minerals and poison and pesticides and whatever harmful things, our levitation force, our life energy goes down and down and down. And from the cosmic tower, we can get the life energy from outside. First, by repairing the body, bring the chakras in the middle, deleting the blockages in the body, that our own chakras can produce more own energy. That is step number 1. Step number 2, cosmic tower changes also the water cluster structure in the air. A toroidal field can cut down cluster structure. We get a lot of single water molecules in the air. And when we have the Schumann resonance frequency, cosmic tower also produces this frequency. We get hexagonal water structures in the air. And therefore, we get huge amounts of this negative charged ions, and these are electrons. From the air, we breathe life energy into our body. Yeah, the energy of the cosmic tower can prevent the body getting destroyed from harmful outside negative energy, because the toroidal field is always stronger than technical energy, microwave or whatever. It's a different next level. It's a scalar wave level. Yeah. So, and therefore we can protect with the small towers, we can protect not for everything, small things. With bigger towers, we could protect for more negative energies. Yeah. So that means we get the electrons from the air. We delete the negative water structure in food. Yeah, when you buy raw food and it's no electrons anymore in because 6, 7, 8 hours are gone, we revitalize the water in the food, and also the harmful particles in the food from pesticides. Physical matter, harmful matter. Why is it harmful? Because the electron spin is in the counterclockwise direction. How can you make it clockwise, positive, healthy? By using a toroidal field. And we are doing this. Therefore, we are neutralizing also bad stuff in the food, physical stuff. And we change the water structure. We get the water more hexagonal structure, plus a lot of complete spectrum of light frequencies. And therefore, you need less food. And the food is healthy. You don't need to detoxify this kind of food endless like normal food and so on. You have more life energy. Now you pollute your body less. Now you deliver the body electrons. Therefore, your immune system can recover, can relax. You need less electrons, less vitamins, I mean. Yeah. So, and therefore, your glutathione level will not be depleted so quickly. Yeah. And therefore, you can live 10, 20, 50 years longer than under normal conditions. Yeah, that is possible. Yeah. So, and the cosmic tower delivers perfect water at each tap water. Yeah, you open the valve, the tap water quality is terrible, crazy, whatever. Bad stuff, bad structure, pressure in the pipe destroys all healthy structures. Nothing is healthy anymore. Plus chlorine, a poison. Yeah. So the greatest antagonist of oxygen. So what does the cosmic tower? As soon as the water comes out from the water tap, it is without pressure. The toroidal field cuts down the bad cluster structures, creates a lot of single water molecules, makes the water very liquid, yeah, very thin, yeah, let's say thin, that it goes into smallest areas in the body, yeah, and restructures the water, gives the water hexagonal structures, plus the spectrum of light. And you have a water same healthy or even more healthy than healing well water. Yeah, because this has limited amounts of light frequencies and not all overtone octaves and so on. Yeah, and also when you drink water from a healing well, artesian healing well that comes up by levitation, you have to take it from the well home. But on the well, from the well home, there are 100 5G antenna maybe, destroying again the water structure. At home, it arrives in a less good quality. But when you have your own energy field at home with the cosmic tower, even producing this extraordinary good water, it can't be destroyed by negative energy anymore because it's inside the energy field of the cosmic tower. Yeah, therefore, we do so many things at the same time, yeah, for helping people, for a good, perfect sleeping place, for minus ions, electrons from the air, for good food. Yeah, you are less hungry when you get more life energy. You eat less food. You have not so much problem with overweight. Yeah, your detoxification system is improved because you don't deplete glutathione so quickly. Yeah, and I added all the other things on my top, electrons from glutathione. I raised my glutathione level. I put up the minerals and so on. Yeah, but the cosmic tower is one single element you put there. It's working like a healer 24 hours, months after months, year after year. You don't pay a monthly fee or whatever. You pay it once, and it can work for decades, for hundreds of years. Yeah, you can give it to your kids later on, and for your grandchildren and whatever. We make a reset, and it starts from scratch new for a new person. Yeah, we make it free of charge, such a reset, for instance. Yeah, it's amazing what's possible. Yeah, and I forget to say this one. You see, that is one of the most important aspects. We are normally we are human beings, physical bodies, that's it. No, actually we are a soul that has lived 100,000 times in many human bodies. That means the living soul is much more important than just the physical body. But due to reincarnation cycles, we always come back here into this terrible environment on Earth, yeah, whatever negative stuff is going on. So what are we doing with the cosmic tower? The cosmic tower is connected, yeah, to the seventh or highest, the ninth dimension, and we have with it a spiritual teacher next to us with a available energy field from the third dimension up to the seventh or to the ninth dimension. That means they can really help you. That means like a healer or like a ascended master from the highest dimension came down on earth with all its capabilities and guiding you, helping you, giving you hints, opening you possibilities, sending you ideas, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And this situation we have here. The cosmic towers have actually the aim to support our spiritual development, to bring people on the right path, that they recognize what is their task of their life. Most people never ever find it out. They were born, they grow up, they live their lives, they die, and they never knew what's going on actually, why they were here. And they think, oh, that's all. Really? How stupid is this? Yeah? We have a task of life, we have to learn. And when we have done our lessons, we get step by step a higher vibration in our body. And when we get this, we get clairvoyant, we can see what happens in future, we get all the subtle capabilities. Yeah, and then we can ascend into different dimensions. That doesn't mean we should die. We can even stay in the physical body, but we can access maybe the fifth, the seventh, ninth, or 12th dimension. It's all possible with a physical body. Yeah, that you can time travel or teleportate, or especially when you have these capabilities, your life is unlimited. Yeah, you see, it's so, and that is actually a huge support, and the cosmic towers are there to guide, to help the people in their own spiritual development. And when someone goes the wrong way, the cosmic tower can arrange, oh, you like to go to this whatever deep state seminar. Cosmic tower can arrange, in the morning your money will be made invisible. You don't know, oh, I don't find my money. Where is it? I put it here. No, it's here, not anymore. You see, they can make some jokes like this. They can arrange that you miss the train. Yeah, that you have a blockage there, whatever traffic jam. So then you take a taxi, they arrange you have a flat tire, and so on. You never reach this conference there. Yeah, they can help you. Of course, you have the free will. After 5 hints, they say, okay, when you like to go, okay, then you should go. But when people get hints and are careful and realize, oh, it was a hint, and now the third thing happened already, that shows me actually, maybe I shouldn't go there. Yeah? Then when the people realize they are getting guided, then they have a very perfect relation with the cosmic tower. They can ask for protection, they can ask for help, for support, for finding the right job, or for getting the right interview partner when they try to apply for a job in a company. And then they have a partner that was maybe just waiting for one single sentence in order to decide, is this the right candidate? So the cosmic tower can send the people, the owner of the cosmic tower, exactly the sentence into the head as an idea. He says the sentence, and the interview partner said, wow, we had 100 people. You are my man or my woman. I take you immediately. It's possible. The seventh dimension or any higher dimension can influence whatever is going on in the third dimension. They can prevent whatever attacks or killing of people and so on. Yeah, they can open doors. You see, I realized it with my son when we were 5 years gone. We had, yeah, God bless you. Yeah, we were 5 years gone. We have never any problem. Could you imagine 5 years nowadays when they were looking for me for child kidnapping all over Europe? Yeah, we had no problem. Never ever. And we built up a spiritual center. Yeah, we put in Europe more than 1,000 of our devices. I was traveling 120,000 kilometers a year with a car from a Swedish lawyer. He was helping us, and we were really guided, endless guided. Yeah, the same thing can happen when you have a cosmic tower that supports you, who brings the right people in your life. You find your perfect partner, or you understand maybe this is not the right decision, and it's the spagat. Spagat is it the English word? Spagat. When you put both legs, spread it horizontal. Spagat. It's a spagat.
The split.
Is this kind of thing between dimensions. Yeah, the soul of the cosmic tower can stay in the higher dimension, doesn't incarnate in human body, doesn't need to, because when it goes in a human body, it will be welcomed with a vaccination. Yeah, and whatever bad energy, radiation, killing the whole energy field and the access to the higher dimension. Yeah, the soul can stay upstairs here and just gets the connection to the cosmic tower and has immediately an energy field, because normally the earth would deliver this healthy energy field, yeah, that human people can be guided from the higher dimension. However, the dark side destroys all the positive energy of the earth, cutting down the rainbow forest, polluting the air with chemtrails, polluting the oceans with whatever radioactivity and poison and whatever they dump into the sea, and so on. And the same with the agriculture, with the water. You have terrible conditions. Yeah, and the cosmic tower really can help to survive these conditions, yeah, and to reach really higher dimensions. And then we are out of the reincarnation cycle. Yeah, the key thing is protecting from all negative energy, getting perfect food, getting perfect water and perfect air, and guidance for the right decisions, and protection from whatever black magic attacks, for instance. Yeah, how could you do something? Or when you have a curse in your family, maybe 100 years ago something happened and you got it into your body due to your parents and so on, through the baby, it gets into the next body. This curse, for instance, blockages, as the curses, can be prevented. Or you get a hint, I should get someone who could remove the curse, something like this. We have amazing results and experiences and feedback from our customers. Very interesting. You should not consider the cosmic tower just as a technical instrument. It is far beyond this. Yeah, and I have never found something on Earth, something like this available. Yeah, the dark side, they can delete radioactivity, everything. They can use flying saucers. They have everything, free energy. Yeah, but here we speak for protecting life, and not using it for whatever negative purposes. Yeah, to make the Earth healthy. And with the big towers, we can repair the nature. As the nature suffers from all this, whatever negative things that's going on, from the wars, from the energy fields, from dead people, and from the pollution of the water and the agricultural areas, the open sea, the sky, and so on. Yeah, Fukushima, how much radioactivity went into the seawater, and the information travels around the world, and so on. Yeah, it's terrible. No, that's a very complex topic. Yeah, and easy to handle. You put it there, that's it. And you can speak with the soul. You can order something. They don't fulfill ego wishes. That's not the way to raise your vibration. But when you have whatever difficulty, they make things possible. Some people say, okay, I have some people were coming to me, Harald, I like to test the cosmic tower for 3 weeks. And I said, okay, how would you evaluate afterwards if you would buy it? And he said, yes, I have a problem with my knee. I have some pain in the knee. And this is gone. I would know the cosmic tower is good. I would buy. And I said, okay. The cosmic tower creates the energy field as the most healthiest nature. Maybe you go 3 weeks now into the rainbow forest, living there in the most perfect energy field on Earth. Would you think that your knee pain that you have developed after maybe 40 years would be gone after 3 weeks? I think it wouldn't be gone, because there are crystals in your knee. Acid is crystallized. And first you have to get out of your body the acid. And this can't be done with 3 weeks living in the rainbow forest. You have to do a little bit more. So, and therefore I said the cosmic tower doesn't treat maybe this individual problem with the knee. The cosmic tower delivers everybody much more life energy, increases the self-healing capacity of the body. So, and the body is very intelligent. And the body makes sure that first our blood system is properly working, our heart is properly working, our immune system is properly working. So this will be raised. There come the electrons will be put there. That the cell membrane voltage will be put up everywhere. That we don't have cancer tissue or whatever. That we don't have thrombose and so on. The body has a priority list, stepping down step by step by step by step. And when all the steps are done, then also the last problem can be handled. But when we have 100 negative influences, when we don't change our behavior for the eating food, what kind of food we are doing, when we pollute the body day after day, or when we have also stress and we have all negative influences or negative working colleagues or friends, negative discussions, future of the earth and whatever, hopeless and war and only destructive. When you have your mind made into a bad, whatever source of bad energies, then of course certain things take longer. And therefore, I put also into this concept what I'm telling my best experiences. I tell the people, I found out this is the best fatty acids I found on Earth. This is the best amino acid I found on Earth. This is the best way to delete your extracellular matrix, the bad water cluster structure. This is the best protection for any radiation, cosmic tower, plus perfect energy from the air, getting rid of the poison in the air from chemtrails and so on, plus perfect water from tap water, plus healthy food. This is a combination. These are the perfect minerals. So I tell this few things together. So, and I spend for my health maybe 200,000 euro. And I'm giving people a concept with very few thousand euro, very few. And they see sometimes in half year or 1 year, tremendous changes. I have a bioscan device. I had a woman, she measured, she had 36 problems. After 2 months, it was 1/3 was gone. And after 1 year, out of the 36 problems, she had left 3. Just following few things I recommended.
That's great. Here, let's take a second to check in with our audience. So first thing I want to share with people is this conversation is utterly simple at some levels and very complex in others. And if you have questions, email them to support@thewellnessenterprise.com, support@thewellnessenterprise.com, and give us a little bit of time. And we're going to keep cycling more information, and we're going to build systems of communicating all of this. So we're here for you. We know there's questions, and we're going to do that. I think that I have a good picture about how to handle the rest of this call. I want to ask anybody that has a question right now to go ahead and raise their hand, but I want to be specific about the types of questions to handle on this call. So I think this call is going to be focused on energy fields, around pollution, around negative electrons, around creating a harmonic field in our lives. We're going to do a future call on how to pick my device, where do you install these things, how big are they, how far do they reach out, all that stuff. That stuff's getting published on a page, and it's already there on the wellnessenterprise.com. And you can go there and look at it, and we'll keep supplementing that page. But let's hold those questions out of this call, because this call has already gotten pretty big. So if you have questions, I'll give you one more, Harald, while people decide whether they have questions they want to raise their hand for, and we'll see where people are at, which is that some of the people who have shown interest in making purchases from the beginning are light workers, or cellular reprogramming clearers, or emotion code practitioners. Did we lose him?
He's back. We just gotta unmute.
Okay, there he is. All right. So Harald, some of the people who are interested in purchasing devices at the beginning are light workers and different types of practitioners. And I do a lot of emotion code work myself. And one of the things I notice is the first night that I slept in the same space as the Cosmic Tower, then the next morning I got up to do my emotional work. And the best way I can describe it to you is that it was deeper and went into more time and space than I'm used to. So normally the process guides me around an emotion to a spot in time and space, but this guided me throughout. And I felt like I got a much more comprehensive clearing of that emotion that day. And it has continued, that my emotional clearings in the presence of the Cosmic Tower have been really fantastic. So anybody that has questions, go ahead and raise your hand. And this will be my last question for today. Then we'll check in with Nico, and then we'll kind of keep everything around this one topic. So what influence is there when somebody's got a light work practice or a spiritual practice or a healing practice? If they have one of these in their space, how does it influence it?
It supports that you come more quickly into the level where you like to go, into the meditation status, or that brings you down when you have a stressy day. It's like when you have a stress day, the body is whatever, nervous and so on, and you come into the energy field. It just is a very lovely, quiet, harmful, balanced energy field. Therefore, it is an amazing support for whatever energy work you're doing. And also it creates your own possibilities. You see, we are all creators. As long as we have a really human soul, then we are creators. But our creativity capabilities or creator capabilities are limited to the amount of energy that we have available. So, and with the Cosmic Tower, he is like a helper. He is like a helper, waiting what kind of things you like to get supported. They come from a different level, from a different, not from Earth all the time. You see, that means they can come here to support us and to amplify our creator possibilities. That we, when we have an energy field of 2 meters and they have an energy field of 1,000 kilometers, they can handle things much more, because you need energy to prevent certain things, to enable certain things, to bring this and that people together, to protect the project, to protect your company. You can, so that is a huge advantage. Most people go blind through their life. It's like this. I would estimate 95% of the people, minimum. They don't recognize why they are here, what is their task. Most people live their life with their ego, think of themselves, but don't see the bigger things. Yeah, but when we are all part of one God, yeah, and when we unify, then we can change this bad situation on Earth into a totally different future. Yeah, because mind, also our, what we are thinking, plus energy creates reality. So, and when you have suddenly such a backup for your wishes, for your intentions, positive backup, you can make a huge change to the whole world. And the big towers produce a lot of our energy, and can help a lot of things. And also when someone is working as a healer normally receives energy from upstairs, lets it through his body, gives it to the patient. But when he does 10 healings after the day, normally a healer is also exhausted, and maybe some portions of energy are also gone, of his own energy, and so on. Or when he has patients with very low energy and he has a lot of energy, even this low energy person is sucking the energy of the healer. Yeah, and when he is not 100% able to recover this from upstairs, it's a problem. But when such a healer would use a cosmic tower, first the cosmic tower would protect the healer, that he doesn't get whatever negative energy from a patient. So plus the cosmic tower could also deliver the energy, instead of the healer. Then the healer doesn't have to get the energy through his body. And when the healer can heal things up to the 5th dimension, the cosmic tower can go 1 level more or 2 levels more to the 7th dimension or even to the 9th dimension. Therefore, the healing can be much, much more deeper, much more complex, much more fundamental. And the person that is using cosmic tower, doing healing work, will be in the evening not exhausted as before after 10 treatments. He will have maybe in the evening more power than in the morning. I realize it with my car. When I am traveling with my car with big towers, I'm traveling sometimes 1,200 kilometers a day. So normally you would maybe need a break for 1 day to recover or 10 hours sleeping, you see. But when I get off my car, I'm more energized than in the morning when I started, because I have so many big towers in the car. So they keep me alive, and it's amazing. It's possible. And also I realized, since I use a cosmic tower for a longer time, I need much less and less and less sleeping. Because why do you need sleep? Sleep produces melatonin, and melatonin plus vitamin B6 produces glutathione. And glutathione is an electron donator and detoxification for all the heavy metals in the body and all pollutions from the liver. Therefore, you need sleeping. But when you have during daytime a lot of electrons already, then you don't need it through melatonin production at night to produce glutathione. When the glutathione level is up and your body is functioning perfectly, you need less sleep. And people are sometimes saying, oh, since I have the cosmic tower, I can't really sleep that good. And I said, how do you mean? I wake up so early in the morning and so on. And I said, okay, are you unhappy that you have 2 hours more spare time for you, each day? When you need, instead of 8 hours sleeping, 6 hours or 5 hours. And you have the same level of energy, even after a shorter time, because your body functions much better and produces much more own energy.
Yep. Great. One of the questions we have in the chat is, are there any safeguards against negative beings using the cosmic tower for nefarious purposes?
Of course, they tried. We had a official government institution. We know they arranged the cosmic tower for them and tested it. How can we handle it? What can we do in order to whatever, block it and so on? No, but they realized there is a level available that goes beyond their possibilities. And everything the dark side can do is maximum they can access the 7th dimension. So in everything beyond the 7th dimension, 9th dimension, and so on, they have no chance to access there. Also the cosmic war between light and darkness is up to the 7th dimension. Therefore, the Pope had his tiara. You remember? These are 3 crowns. He was the boss for all living persons, all living men on earth. He was the boss of all dead souls, and he was the boss of all spiritual beings in the higher dimensions. These were the 3 crowns. Yeah, and he was the boss up to the 7th dimension. That was the Pope. Yeah. So, but when we have big cosmic towers, yeah, and our network is interconnected, all cosmic towers have a soul, they are interconnected, and when we have big towers working up to the 9th dimension, they maintain the safety, the pureness, the cleanness of the whole system. Yeah, even when someone tries to interfere or to stop or block or hinder or manipulate, this manipulation will be seen immediately or will be even hindered. As a cosmic tower can send energy to this person that he has the intention to go there to do something harmful. The cosmic tower can create that he gets a flat tire, or he gets a call from his wife, no, you have not to go out today, you have to stay home for the children, and so on. The cosmic tower can arrange certain things, that certain things won't happen. And even when something happens, the other cosmic towers can send energy there, repair certain things, correct certain things, and so on. And the friend of mine, where we are working closely together, has access up to the 12th dimension. So when you can go up to the 12th dimension, my son couldn't go so high up, I'm not sure, but I guess he was not so high. But when you can go there is no whatever. No one will trick you or hinder you or will make things impossible. Therefore, I'm very proud, and we have a really very, very good team. Yeah.
It's a sweet journey. It's a sweet thing. I'm getting little messages from friends and customers and all sorts of things, and people are starting to understand a little bit more of the capability of the cosmic tower and the opportunity that we have, and that we haven't even scratched the surface. One of our people who's had a lot of experience is actually Nico, and Nico, our calls definitely getting a little long in the tooth, and everybody's engaged and everybody's staying on, so I've been sticking with it. But jumping with us for a minute and tell people a little bit about what you've experienced with the cosmic tower, so people can get a flavor. And if anybody has a question around, this is your chance. The scientist is here. You guys always ask me scientific questions, and I never answer them. So if you have a scientific question about energy, electrons, toroidal fields, please raise your hand and let Harald answer it.
Everything.
Yeah, he's good for all of it. But Nico, go ahead and jump in with us.
Well, I mean, when I first saw the cosmic tower, I was like, I've been talking about this for a decade. There will be technology coming to the planet that is not going to look like technology, and that can basically regenerate any of the issues we have in a very short time. I always knew this intuitively. So when people were like doing all the doom thinking and all that, I was like, the solutions are all here, but it's a matter of when does our consciousness rise high enough to where these can come in. And then when through mutual friends, they sent me the cosmic tower, I was like, I don't know how it works, but like, I get it. And then through some weird coincidences, I was scheduled to go to Belgium. So first of all, I was in Switzerland in January, and I was feeling the energy. I was like, wow, the energy is so amazing here. The everything is so crisp, and nature is so, what is it here? Is it just the nature? And then later on, I find out that in that region in Basel that I was, there was a lot of cosmic towers deployed. So in May, I get through mutual friends they tell me about the cosmic tower. And I was like, okay, I'm going to Belgium in June. I have to, meet one of the cosmic towers. And then through a mutual, I get to Belgium, and the first thing out of my mouth was like, when can we go see a cosmic tower? And my friends are like, oh, our friend, look, it's a mutual friend of Harald and I, has a big 2.5 meter tower. I was like, when can we go see it? Right. And on the ride there, I connected to it. And already I start feeling changes in my body. And we show up with three other of our friends, and our friend looks that are pretty spiritual. And we just sat in the presence of it for like 25 minutes and nobody said a word.
Nico,
It's
how far out were you when you started feeling it?
about 60 miles away. So all the way from northeastern part in Belgium to like in Antwerp.
And
Where,
which size? Yeah, which size was it?
a 2.5 meter, 250, right, Harald?
Yeah.
Lucas, yeah.
So
And
that's like similar to the 220 that we'll be bringing
yeah,
into the US.
very powerful.
Yeah. And so
And
what happened when you got there? So I didn't want to throw you off.
no. So basically, we were all quiet for 25 minutes and there's no thoughts, right? You get in a pristine field, like you're in nature where there's no influences and it brings you in your center. And after 25 minutes, my friend is like, well, I had a shoulder pain for like a month now. It just went. And my other friend, John, was like, yeah, I had this pain in my liver that came up and something like cleared, right? And we got so excited that we took one home to Belgium and I got used to it. And I do a lot of emotional clearing work, as you know. So I've been teaching even my 17-year-old clients how to work with the Cosmic Tower to do their own emotional clearing so they don't need me, because I want everybody to be their own healer, right? And to find their own path. So I have like clients now all the way from 17 to 60 years old. They do the emotional clearing with the tower and they only come to me for really, really deep stuff. But here's what happened, right? Everything, as soon as I set the intention, it's like the Cosmic Tower arranged everything. All of a sudden, I get a notification. We're talking with our friends at the table about like, I want to go to a lecture of Harald, and all of a sudden there's a message. Harald will be in Belgium this weekend. And from friends of our mutual friends that we didn't even know were involved. I mean, my mind was like blown, right? And then I went to Spain. We went to the south of Spain, to the Sierra Nevada, and I was exposed, like the coast of Spain, there's a lot of radiation, there's a lot of, bad energy going on. And I got quote unquote COVID, right? The day before I was leaving back to go to Belgium. And I only got like 2.5 hours of sleep. And that was the first time I was supposed to meet Harald that next day. And I'm on a plane ride. I'm up all day. I'm feeling miserable. I was like, what am I going to do? I get back home at the Cosmic Tower and immediately I started feeling better. And I was like, you know what? I can ask the towers that are there to protect the people around me and it'll be good. I have to meet Harald. I come home that night and I brought my 35 tower back, Patrick, that you've been experiencing. And I put it on my nightstand and I said, you have my full permission to go after this thing as hard as you can. If I don't sleep all night, it's okay. I want to get it out of my system. So here's what happened. I go to bed after being sick and up for, nearly 20 hours with barely any sleep. And I'm laying there at midnight. I couldn't fall asleep. I had so much energy running through my body. I couldn't fall asleep. And I'm like laying there, and at 1:30, I fall asleep. I wake up at 4 a.m. It was like I woke up in a kiddie swimming pool, soaked in water. My body had like completely been detoxing like crazy. And so I changed my clothes out, dried my bed up, and I was like, thank you, Tower. I was like, let's go. I went back to sleep. I woke up 7:30. I was literally 80 to 90% better. I fell back to sleep. I woke up at 9. I was completely clear of it. And that's just one of my own experiences. And then I brought it to the US and it's on the farm now. And Patrick, you've met it. I mean, you can attest, incredible how all the right people get attracted and just like, yeah, my biggest side effect is like Harald says, I have too much energy, so I can't sleep. But that's good. And barely any eating. I noticed with the Cosmic Tower, I didn't have any desire to eat. I just wanted to drink water. And I got more and more energy. So those are some of my experiences.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks for sharing. The water sure is amazing. There's no doubt about that. Okay, we're getting some more questions in the chat, so let's direct them here. So Alan just asked, is it possible that some people might be able to tap into the help of the cosmic towers around the world? The moment I first heard a friend in Europe begin talking about it, even before I heard the name, I received a powerful connection, and all I could see is a blue tunnel, which later I realized the same blue is in the center of the towers.
Can you repeat the question again, Patrick?
Is it possible that some people might be able to tap into the help of the cosmic towers around the world?
Tap into the help? What does it mean?
Connect to.
Sorry?
To connect into it.
That you
Like-
can connect through your intention,
Yeah.
you can connect with the network.
Yeah, when someone decides to buy a cosmic tower, the soul is in most of the cases already there. And when in the area or in the country when there is already a cosmic tower energy field, they can already start to work. Getting the energy borrowed from a different bigger tower, and can already make whatever positive happenings or support or positive ideas and so on. Normally the tower, the soul of the tower is already earlier there, but when the people decide, and certain things can go on. But it depends really also on the availability of enough energy, how much they can do.
So I'm glad you got to the soul, because that's another question that somebody asked. They want to know more. Tell us more about the souls of the tower. And, to put a little meat on the bone of that question, it's like, the cosmic tower is wood and glass and crystals. It has a soul. And, I got a little of it earlier in this call when I started talking about what the earth is made of and the toroidal fields, but it's still a foreign concept to us.
Okay.
We're having a hard enough time understanding our souls, let alone thinking that a tower that we purchased has one. So
Sure.
help us understand.
The soul is always subtle, is not physical, and they connect to all the physical matter is actually connected to a soul. But just a normal stone on the road has low energy, therefore there is not a highly spiritual soul connected. But when you have a huge crystal 3 meters high, there would be a soul connected, because it's a huge energy field. Or the plants, they have devas, that they manage a group of plants, certain kind of beings, and they manages their energies. So, and the higher dimensions have the ascended masters, angels, and so on. But when from earthangels, archangels, what is it? Is all the church. That is a lower astral level. That are their groups, not the positive side. So, but we have also the higher dimension beings, or the positive beings in the 7th dimension. And those beings try to help human people on earth. We are guided, actually. So, and the guidance, you see, when my son was 8 years, he had a very interesting experience. He was in contact with the one who handles all the soul on earth, because he tried to kill himself. And then he was put back on the bridge. He was jumping down, or he jumped down. But then suddenly he was standing back on the bridge. And then he was asking what's going on here. He was surprised. And the voice spoke to him. You did the most amazing decision on your life. You thought you were here in the wrong physical body, that you could not fulfill your task of life with this body, and therefore you tried to kill. But this was not true. You were so young, you didn't have a problem, ego, with your parents or brother or other people. No, just for your task of your life. You said you like to get in the right body, but therefore we could interfere and we could put you back onto the bridge. This kind of experience he had. So, and then he asked it, who is speaking to me? And the answer was, the one who is taking care of all the souls on earth. Yeah, and with this one, he was in contact, and he got a lot of information and so on and so on. So, and we know that actually everything is guided or should be guided. Also, human beings, the whole life, that you meet the right person, or when you kill someone, that you get a penalty, that you have karma, or whatever, that you get for this decision, this answer, or this direction, or this new event in your life, and so on. It has to be arranged. Or when you order a parking place, someone has to execute this wish. The spiritual world is always there. We are not alone here. So, but the problem is when they are maybe in the 9th dimension and they like to help here downstairs someone to get a parking place, they need energy from the 3rd dimension to arrange something here in the 3rd dimension. But upstairs as a soul in the 9th dimension, they don't have this energy available. What do? They go down to the energy managers of the 3rd and 4th dimension. And these are the invisible beings handling all the energy of the nature. Water beings or plant beings and so on, animal beings. So, and when those beings deliver energy, then a plan from the 9th dimension can be executed on the 3rd dimension with energy of the 3rd dimension. So, but when the dark side destroyed all the positive energies on Earth, with whatever I said, chemtrails and pollution and poison and radioactivity and blocking ley lines and closing Earth chakras and so on, they did whatever to ruin the energy field of the Earth. Then these highly spiritual beings from the 9th dimension have no energy available to help the people sufficiently. And therefore, when my son was 8 years, he got the task, that's the situation. We have not enough energy anymore for the people. Therefore, people cannot be guided perfectly. Many things go wrong. Therefore, we have the negative situation on Earth. And his task was to repair the whole energy field of the Earth. And he was surprised. I'm 8 years. How do you think should I do it? And the answer was, you will see later on. And the next question, why me? And the answer was, hundreds of ascended masters from the higher dimension were sent before here on Earth with the same task, and they failed. They couldn't do the job. They missed it, or they didn't recognize it, or they were betrayed, or they were killed, or they had different interests, or they followed just their own private, whatever, happiness things, and so on. And therefore, you see, and that means there were always limits. So, and my task was actually, since 1,000 years, to build such devices like I'm building now. So, and what are those devices doing? When the energy of the Earth was destroyed and the higher dimension couldn't really help you on Earth, they actually said, okay, then we reincarnate ourselves into a human body, and came down here on Earth. But when they were welcomed with the vaccination, with microwave food, or whatever, dead food, cooked food, and all this negative things and pollutions from chemtrails, weak immune system, what happened to the immune system? The immune system went down, the energy level went down. Maybe in the higher dimension, I had an energy field of maybe 100 kilometers, and down on Earth as a baby, maybe in the end 5 meters or 2 meters. That means they could have whatever good connections to the higher dimension, but they themselves had also only limited energy. And later on, their parents told them, oh, you saw here something invisible in the corner. No, there is nothing there. Forget it. You are wrong. And therefore, people lose more and more the connection to the higher dimensions. And even when the highest ascended masters came into a physical body on Earth, they were lost here on Earth. Their energy level was destroyed. Their connection to the higher dimension was manipulated, or their Zirbeldrüse here in front, the third eye was closed. Go to the church, baptizing, so they will close the third eye. So how could the spiritual world help human beings? What are we doing is we produce the cosmic tower, a physical part, creating a huge energy field and giving this highly spiritual beings in the seventh and ninth dimension the possibility, without incarnation into a physical body, to do his job, to do their job, helping job here on earth, just by using the cosmic tower energy. Because we produce our own energy field like nature. And therefore we remove this lack of energy from nature. And especially when people have a cosmic tower, there is no lack of energy for the spiritual world to make perfect guidance for these people. That is a tremendous thing. And that is what I mentioned before, this spagat between dimensions. From the third dimension to the ninth or seventh dimension, this connection. And therefore, and the cosmic tower, they don't get a vaccination, they don't have a weak immune system, their mineral content doesn't go down. You see, they have a protected energy field, they don't get destroyed from negative energy like human beings. And therefore, the higher dimensions use it, of course, as an offer to help human beings here on Earth in order to change, because the Earth is very, very important. The Earth is the very first lightful planet in the whole universe. From this toroidal field of the Earth, from this vortex, they created small baby vortex fields, put it into the whole universe, and out of these baby vortexes, there grew galaxies, whatever, endless galaxies. But here was the beginning. And therefore it's very important here, that here the Earth can be freed from all this negativity, from all this conquering the Earth on the surface of the Earth, and so on. And this will be changed. So, and when we are on the top of the most, or the highest top of the fight between light and darkness, and people are getting drilled with 5G and killed with vaccination and so on, what could you do? And the cosmic towers are actually like a gift from the higher dimension, for the people to survive. This is in such terrible times, that you don't get whatever diseases and manipulations through mind control or black magic attacks, so that someone can come and just kill you. They can arrange that those things don't happen. And that is a gift for this end times where we are living. And also the towers prepare a very positive energy. How could you get a higher vibration for higher dimensions, for ascension into the higher dimension, when everything here on Earth is destroyed and negative energy everywhere? And everywhere fear and whatever, poisoned food and so on, that keeps you in the very low frequency level. Always in this reincarnation circle, that your soul is always bound to the third dimension, and the whole galaxy or the whole universe can never fully read. And therefore, this highly spiritual beings from the higher dimensions are, of course, very interested to help here, for that people wake up, that human people can help freeing the Earth, and that would help not only the Earth, not only just the solar system, but the whole galaxy and beyond. The Earth is a key for everything. And therefore we get this extraordinary support. I'm just a physical executor for this spiritual task, building the cosmic tower. But the support comes from upstairs, the function, and.
It's a beautiful answer. You know, sometimes people who live a more mainstream experience say that the things that I do are weird. And what I think is weird is giving all our power away to a structure that makes us feel small and separate and fearful, and
Yeah.
then defending it and protecting it and acting like it's truth. And so in the very question of the little bit of doubt that exists in my own words about a soul and a cosmic tower, I can hear that I come from that world, and we who are of another world have to like explain or defend ourselves because that world was so good at programming me. And to all of that, I just say, like I'm so done with like regurgitating things that are small and afraid and keep me separate. And thank you for that beautiful invitation to know energy fields and to know toroidal fields at a tiny little level and all the way up at the galaxy, and to know angelic.
It starts with the electrons or even smaller particles. This is a toroidal fields, and the galaxy is the one. And when there are many galaxies in the universe is also one. You see?
Yeah, and
It's
so
great.
you know, it begins to open up the, you know, the answers to the questions that you seek are inside of you, like this world of my inner and outer being the same, and me being able to access everything.
Yeah.
It's falling into place. The other thing that's falling into place is since I started focusing on the spin of the toroidal field today, it's just running in my mind's eye all day long. Like I just see it cascading down, and it's like this peaceful spin of this energy going up through the 0 point and down and cascading. And I love that. I love the feeling of that.
You see? And actually, Patrick, the cosmic tower is actually a supporting tool. Yeah, you see, we have ego spiritual people, and they said, "Oh, my own body is a cosmic tower, a toroidal field, and so on. Why do I need a cosmic tower?" So, and I said, "Are you using a car?" Yeah, of course. And I said, "Yeah, why don't you teleportate? Yeah, when you are so advanced, you don't need a car. Yeah, and do you still eat? Yeah, of course. Yeah, why don't you live from light food? Yeah, without eating and drinking and so on. Yeah, so that means with a car you can reach your destination 100 times quicker than by walking. So, and the same is with your spiritual development, to come from this third dimension into the fifth dimension. You can try with another 500,000 reincarnation cycles. Maybe that's your choice, but maybe we can do it in this incarnation now, when we get the support. And the support that was all the time anyway there, until the energy field of the earth was destroyed. Yeah, and when the earth was not overpopulated. Yeah, in the higher dimension, these ascended master spiritual beings, of course, they have more capabilities. They are in the ninth dimension or higher. Yeah, but their capabilities are limited when there is a limited number. What did the dark side? They arranged from 1 billion people on Earth 100 years ago, now to 10 or 12 billion people. Yeah, the secret number is maybe 10 to 12 billion, not anymore 8 billion people on Earth. Yeah, that means, therefore, the capacity was limited to get support from the higher dimension, plus the destruction of the energy of the Earth. Yeah, and this can be tremendously changed. And also another explanation, how could the negative beings, non-human beings, conquer the world for so many thousand years? As far as I know, 78,000 years. How were they able to keep this long time their power alive? What did they do? They produced devices called Ark of Covenant. Have you heard? Ark of Covenant. What is it? These are energy devices. There were 7 pieces around the Earth, energy devices. They have a very thick plate of gold upstairs. Gold is able to store unlimited amounts of energy. Yeah, so, and it was built like a condensator. with three poles with three different plates, so insulated from each other. And you could charge it. I don't know how. I think with gems inside, gems, mineral, also crystals and so on. So you could charge it with electrons, and you could create high voltage. And between the cherubims on top, you could create a plasma field, and in this plasma field, highly spiritual beings from the higher dimension could show up. For instance, the boss of the dark side, and the boss of the temple, a human being, could speak to the boss of the dark side in the higher dimension. He could see him, really, between dimensions. So, and with this Ark of Covenant, creating a huge energy field, also 1,000 kilometers and so on. But when it was governed by the boss of the dark side, could you imagine what you could do with it? You could use it as a weapon. And when there was a ruler on earth in any country that wasn't following the guidelines or the orders from the dark boss, then they could send with this Ark of Covenant harmful or deadly energy to this ruler, killing him. And then the next one came. And he had the alternative: do I follow the orders now, or will I be killed again? So, but this Ark of Covenants are nowadays destroyed, because the light forces did a good job until now. What we are doing with the cosmic towers, we do the same thing in the positive way. We create a very lightful, energetic, positive way without any harm, with the most frequencies you can ever find available, with a soul from those higher dimensions, supporting the people individually, with a cosmic tower, their individual paths of life and so on. That's a task. You see, it goes beyond what the most people could imagine. And when I understood this 16 years ago, I realized why I had this trouble with the authorities, why we had to disappear, why they ignored their own laws, and why we get the energy attacks from the highest levels of the dark side and so on. So when I was learning, and I said, oh, we have a tool here in our hand, and therefore we have this situation. And therefore I said, okay, I go this way, straight ahead. And I'm doing this since 16 years now, since I know all this information.
Well, thank you for that. And, for those that don't know, it's almost midnight where Harald is, and he's recovering from having lost his voice just a couple of days ago. And I heard a little bit of the cracking in that last answer. So I'm going to step in and thank him for all of his service to us tonight, and for just being so generous with your life to create this and then to teach about it, that you're up at midnight and you don't complain a bit. So we really appreciate you, and we're just going to have you back, and we'll try and take smaller bites each time and get more information. And I thank everybody for being here and participating. This is a really exciting product. It gives me hope that we as individuals can do something to create harmonic energy fields on Earth, because I've felt so powerless at times in that spiritual war, if there is one, or like whatever's going on around here. I just want more harmony, and this is a path to getting that. So thank you for your interest in it. Nico, thank you for making the connection of bringing this cosmic tower to the US. Harald, thank you for entrusting us to share your message. We're really thankful. I'm thankful for everybody. So on that note, we'll just wrap up the call, and we'll see you all soon. We'll be gathering and publishing and transcripting and making videos and writing blogs, and we'll be doing everything and getting you more information. And we're open for business. We're taking pre-orders on the first container. They're available on the wellnessenterprise.com. You can place your order now. First come, first serve when the inventory comes in, and we're going to do our best to get the first container shipped as soon as possible. We can't promise a delivery date. We're working on how many will fit in the container and all these things right now. But it'll all keep moving forward. We're blessed. We're guided. Everything's going to be smooth. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end the call. Everybody have a good one. And yeah, we'll see you later.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Harald.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All the
Mitra.
best. All the best. Thank you.